Hey guys, Lone Games Guy here, and today I'm here to discuss a topic that I've been thinking a lot about for like the past few weeks. Um, it's currently 9 in the morning. It is early, and maybe why I sound a little tired right now. So I just woke up, but I just woke up and just had the motivation to talk about this. And sorry if you hear a few, you know, things like this or whatever. I am currently doing this on my phone. I am in my room, still in my bed, and yeah. So again, this is gonna be a very hastily thrown together video, probably very choppy. But whatever, we're doing this anyway. Because I just want to get these thoughts out. I just want to get these thoughts out and see what y'all think about this, because this really has become like a little revelation in my mind, or not a revelation, but something of a topic that I've been kind of thinking about for a few weeks, as I said earlier. Uh, so, what I want to talk about today is EA, Electronic Arts, the freaking demon of gaming, the greediest of the greediest, right? None of those were words except for greediest, but, EA for a long time has been kind of looked at as like the villain of gaming. Them and Activision, even though I feel like Activision is worse due to some incidents. So I do feel like Activision is worse, but EA is still pretty bad company. But I want to talk about a specific thing they said several years ago. I can't remember the exact year, but I can just put it down right here. They said something very interesting, and that was that single player games are dead, or at least dying. Right? I don't remember the exact quote. In fact, hold on. Let me see if I can get the quote real quick. All right, I wasn't able to find the exact quote, but I just saw something equally as hilarious. Apparently, in June of last year, Electronic Arts tweeted something like, "There are 10, but they only like playing single player games." Um, I don't know if this is real. I really hope it is not. But that tweet kind of surmounts their attitude towards single player games, or at least their attitude, uh, their previous attitude towards single player games. Well, I guess that was only last year, so I guess it's kind of current. But it's interesting, right? And the reason why I bring this up is because Dead Space Remake recently came out. And that game has been getting freaking just first of all, the game's freaking gas. Okay, first of all, the game's gas. Second of all, uh, freaking the game has been so successful, not only critically but financially. In fact, I think I saw something from IGN, which isn't the most credible source, but I trust them enough. Uh, Dead Space Remake was the highest selling game in January, and it released in late January. So that's kind of saying something. The game is freaking popping the freak off right now. And I'm just that just like gave me like, something to think about, right? Because EA says that single player games are dead, yet they have constantly proved themselves wrong. I think like twice now. Well, first of all, EA used to release single player games all the time, and that's kind of where they got their freaking start. But they like to forget that. But with their recent projects like Jedi Fallen Order and Dead Space Remake, they have proved themselves wrong again and again. Well, by the way, all their multiplayer games are freaking dying. Battlefield 2042 is dead. Apex is doing fine, I guess, but I mean, every single other EA freaking multiplayer game is freaking either dead or dying in some way, or is barely hanging on by a thread. Like, it's so fascinating to me how EA, they are so cocky and confident in their whole, oh, our multiplayer games will sustain us. Our single player experiences are not the way to go. Multi single player games are dead, despite the fact that I think a little bit, or at least the year after or the same year they said that, um God of War and Spider-Man PS4 came out, and that absolutely rocked the freaking gaming charts. So yeah, the that sentence was just always wrong. But I just find it so funny that EA themselves are even proving themselves wrong by constantly releasing multiplayer games that constantly fail, but they release single player experiences that they succeed big time actually. I can just place the stats up right here, or heck, look them up right now. But in fact, let's see how many copies Jedi Fallen Order sold. Whew! Jedi Fallen Order sold 10 million copies, dog. 10 million. Now hold on, let me check something. Let's move on. Let's see another Star Wars game. Star Wars Squadrons, which only sold $1.1 million digital. Let's see. Is there anything here for the? No, I don't really see anything here for the physical release. So probably barely anyone actually bought the physical version of this game. But yeah, this game only sold 1.1 million copies. Wow, I didn't even know they made this. But It Takes Two, which is technically not a single player game, it's co-op, but you don't play it online or anything like that. The game sold another game, by the way, that's relatively single player, sold 10 million copies and even won Game of the Year for 2021. I didn't even know they had anything to do with this game, but they did, and it freaking got them a freaking Game of the Year award. Yeah. Meanwhile, you have Battlefield 2042 only selling 4.23 million copies, which would be alright for freaking, well, I mean, that'd be incredible for an indie game, right? But not a freaking Battlefield game, especially not a Battlefield game released by EA. More on the multiplayer scene. Anthem sold fewer than 6 million copies, and this game was a total bust. In fact, they had a whole plan a while ago about trying to revive the game, but they actually just dropped out on that, which is really freaking funny. So yeah, the multiplayer scene does not really look it's not really doing that much for EA. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I just find it really, really funny that EA has proceeded to fail and fail and fail when it comes to multiplayer games, but only succeed when it comes to, well, not only, but relatively succeed when it comes to single player games, which is just ironic when you consider that they literally projected and predicted that they said with the chest out, they predicted that that it was going to be the exact opposite. However, that didn't end up being the case. So yeah, this is a nice quick video that I just threw together real fast because it was just an interesting topic that's brewing in my head. And while the official numbers aren't out for Dead Space Remake yet, we are within the first through 2 to 3 weeks of its release and stuff like that. It does seem to be on the up and up, clearly. So I just really, really find it ironic, man. I just find it so ironic that not only have they been proven wrong by other gaming studios, i.e. Santa Monica and Insomniac, but they're also getting their statement is also getting bodied by their own games like Jedi Fallen Order, It Takes Two, Dead Space Remake, and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, let me know what y'all think about it. Yeah. That's about it. Long Live Games Guy out.